Driving south from Irbid towards the Jordanian capital of Amman, right before you reach the town of Al-Husn, a massive geographic feature rises on your right. To anyone driving by, it looks like a standard geological formation. But this is actually a tell, an archaeological mound that is entirely man-made. You are looking at 5,000 years of human construction, destruction, and rebuilding, all stacked on top of each other. Jordan has vast expanses of open land, yet for 5 millennia, people obsessively returned to this exact 99 dunam plot of earth to build their cities, bury their dead, and station their armies. The answer lies in the topography. This hill sits right at the seam where the rugged, easily defensible Ajloun Mountains meet the wide, flat expanse of the Hauran Plains. It is a natural geographic choke point. Controlling this junction meant controlling the flow of people and resources between two worlds. The rise and fall of regional powers can be tracked by looking at who held the high ground on this single hill. This chart shows the timeline of the site's occupation, starting on the far left in the early Bronze Age, around 3000 BCE. The first settlers weren't looking to build an empire, they were looking to eat. The soil here was incredibly fertile, yielding massive crops of grain, grapes, and olives. In the ancient world, a hyper-productive food source like this held the same strategic weight that a massive oil reserve holds today. That wealth allowed the simple farming village to expand into a heavily fortified political center. We know exactly how heavily monitored it was because it shows up in international diplomatic correspondence. It was watched closely by Pharaoh Thutmose IV, and the region is documented in the Amarna letters, the clay tablets that recorded the communications of ancient Near Eastern kings. What started as a highly productive farming cell grew into a primary military target. The soil produced the wealth, and the wealth attracted the superpowers. By the Hellenistic and Roman periods, regional expansion turned the hill from a local agricultural center into a node for international trade. Leading archaeologists hypothesize that Tell Al-Husn is actually the lost city of Dion. Dion was a member of the Decapolis, an elite economic and cultural alliance of 10 cities that dominated the region's trade routes. The ground itself backs up this theory. Excavators have uncovered intricate mosaic floors embedded with Greek inscriptions, clearly pointing to a cosmopolitan hub that successfully connected Eastern and Western cultures. You can see the specific prosperity of the era reflected in these tiles. The wealth of the city allowed for high-end artistic commissions, with local flora and stylized birds, laid out piece by piece. The hill's value had transcended the dirt beneath it. Its exact placement on the map turned it into the ultimate bridge between trading civilizations. Between 2008 and 2009, a team from Yarmouk University dug deeper into the top layer of the tell, uncovering the site's final major transformation. The trade hub had been replaced by an instrument of pure military strategy. This diagram shows what they found: a massive Umayyad fortress. It measured 100 meters on each side, anchored by 4 giant corner towers, completely dwarfing earlier military structures in the area. For the caliphs ruling out of Damascus, this was the ultimate line of defense. It operated as a heavily armed gateway to protect the southern approaches to the Umayyad capital. Tucked right near the main gate, excavators found the foundation of a tiny mosque, just 3 by 5 meters in size. It had its own mihrab, a niche pointing toward Mecca, built specifically to serve the guards stationed at the fortress doors. The same geography that fed early Bronze Age farmers and later enriched Roman-era traders provided the ultimate high ground advantage for an expanding Islamic empire. This timeline illustrates the site's entire historical arc. Tell Al-Husn begins as a simple clay pot in an agricultural village, expands into a sprawling Decapolis cultural center, and culminates as a heavily fortified Islamic stronghold. Mighty empires collapse, new religions spread, and technologies advance. But the brutal physical rules of geography simply do not change. If a specific location is highly valuable in 3000 BCE, it is going to be highly valuable in 750 CE. Tell Al-Husn operates as a physical hard drive. It is a stone archive where the history of human civilization in the Near East was recorded, layer by layer, in compressed strata of dirt and rock. Today, modern residential streets crowd the edges of the mound. After 5,000 years of resilience, the Tell faces a new threat: invisibility. Paving over the Tell would mean losing the primary physical record of these cultures. Protecting this site ensures that record remains legible for the future.